Speaking on this question of, can we walk our talk, or, what is happening here as opposed to in the rest of the world, there's one question that says, in Christoph's book, he criticizes Western women for focusing on their own struggles and uses the example of advocating for Title IX, which was advocacy on behalf of full participation of young women in sports, so giving equal representation, so that the fact that I have a daughter who can play soccer and she's actually supported to do that was something that Title IX covered. And he challenges women instead that in the Western world that their focus should be to raise support of critical issues for women in the developing world. Should we not build on our own women's movements to be strong enough so that we can bring community and strength? Could you comment on that? I would add that this is a country which has less than 16% representation of women in the elected body of leadership in this. So any comments on that? The trying to 16% representation of women in Congress and the legislature, far lower than in many other parts of the world, including Rwanda, which has. So, any comments from you on that, Pinar?
From a feminist perspective, there is a global women's movement.
Yes.
Okay. So, and we all feel a part of the global women's movement, and it's an incredible strength. Okay. So, and I think feminism is where the borders are eliminated by the feminists. So I don't agree with this. So, I mean, we are a global women's movement. We know that women everywhere, doesn't matter, north, south, etc., are discriminated against just because they're women. So I think it's good to know that. In terms of, this doesn't matter, like wherever you are living, I think, like it's this typical thing, like women do thousands of things. I think all of the feminists, we work in our local and national, plus for other women in other parts of the world. So it's so natural, okay? So that would...
But I can see the value of the discussion around the building of the movement, because I'm succession planning. We need to be investing. I guess it comes back to the investing in the young women. What's the future of the movement? And we have this wonderful, rich history that we have learned, certainly from both the global north and the global south, but where is that going? Are our younger sisters and daughters becoming a bit complacent because mum and grandma did all the work? So maybe it's that, but how do we bring them into the process? And I was chatting to my daughter a few days ago, and I said, I feel really bad. And I said, I was really inspired by a lot of the women who invested in me so I can be the woman I am today. But I look around some of my peers and I think, you're a bit boring. Who is inspiring our daughters? So we must take up that challenge and say, how do we keep the momentum of the movement going and in a sense, as somebody said earlier this afternoon, accelerate it, because our young women now are growing up in such a different time. I'm not allowed to use certain phrases because I'm not cool enough, but, the texting, the internet, all of that kind of technology has changed the dynamics of mother and daughter, let alone sisters in the movement. So I think we need to, maybe look at how do we need to kind of reinvigorate the movement at all levels.